Hey traders, this is Julie. It's Monday, 3:49 p.m. Chicago time. Please take a look at the disclosures on my website that futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. But let's take a look now at the news. And we have a lot of news this week. We First, I would like to mention that we've got one of the market wizards, Stanley Druckenmiller, a billionaire financier, backing John Kasich. I like John Kasich. He sounds like a Reagan Republican who's more interested in about helping people up the ladder than screaming at each other and casting blame and just fighting with everything. I think we need more people like Mr. Kasich, myself, who seems to be on the right track. So I was glad to see that he's got some financial backing. That's great news. Oil rallied up today after the EIA came out and said that there will be about 600,000 barrels per day of less production in shale, which is good news considering everyone's in bankruptcy court. So you can't be pumping shale if you're dumping all of your debt. So another 200,000 barrels per day in 2017. So we also had the IEA executive director indicating that he thought $80 a barrel would be a good idea for producers and consumers. Um, I think that would be a little high. I was hoping around 50. I mean, it wasn't too long ago. I mean, we were about where we were and went up all the way, past 125. So within a very short time period. But we'll see what the market does. Prices are moving up, despite Iran coming out and saying that they're not going to get involved in Saudi Arabia and Russia's love fest to freeze prices at the January's output highs, which was, garbage anyway, because you don't get to see any of their production reports. You only get to see what they produce in the media. So it's like China releases the stuff and we get to see what they say the numbers are. The same thing with this crap. You never know what it is. It's only what they release. But at least Iran had the guts to stand up to them and say, screw you. You held us out of the market for all these years. We're pumping everything that we can get. So let that continue moving on. And I think it would be a little shameful to see Saudi Arabia get to pull the strings on sending the price of oil down so far all year last year. I'd like to see them having to wallow in those low prices for a little while longer, but I don't want it to hurt us at all either. So I've got to limit my commentary on that. As far as the price of crude, you can see that we have been sort of rallying. We didn't quite get a V recovery. It fell short of hitting that top. And we've been pulling off. We went sideways most of the session on these big dojis, and we're rolling now on this Keltner channel. So I'm sure that we'll revisit this high period right here at 32.99 again. If not, start hitting the 20-day point of control in VWAP down here in the lower 32s. That's probably going to be a price attractor, this 20-day VWAP and point of control. We'll see if that attracts price or if we can get a bounce off of yesterday high. As far as the market was concerned, it was nice to see most of the day the daily 60 and 15 were all green, and all green in the ES and the NQ as that oil rally commenced. But like I said, it was more of a sideways price action by the time that the US market got involved. As you can see, just fell under VWAP, and very short um, trade attempts to get this up and over the 1 hour initial balance level, which never materialized. So we'll have to see if we can do better at rallying the markets tomorrow. We did not get some good economic data. The data was, let me go to my calendar, put this on Chicago time, and for the US, it's 51. So that was not a good report to start out the week on our data. That was a preliminary number. Oh no, it wasn't a preliminary number. Okay. So they were forecasting 52.3, so it was a big miss. 51. It was a lower number um, than anything really for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So that's not good at all. So we're not doing good on our manufacturing. Um, Although it's still over 50, it's just not strong at all. Tomorrow, we're getting into some more numbers, our consumer confidence and existing home sales, but hold on to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as we get new home sales, services PMI, and then followed up with durable goods um, and GDP, and the report that the Fed likes to refer to, which is the real personal consumption. So we'll have to keep our eye on these reports and see how much more momentum we can get out of the market. Today was not the best start of the day with that weak number, and I think that's what really put a damper on the market, obviously. So we'll have to watch for the reports coming out the rest of the week. Here was the E-mini. It never got out of my box that I'm watching. Well, it poked out but came right back in. So I will be monitoring closely what happens. We want to see just a blow by blow. It rallied up in Globex and then it went sideways like crude and never could, and the momentum just fell. So now we're poking under the zero line on momentum and right at the VWAP, TWAP. This is TWAP. So as you can see, just very short, spiky up and downs. Not much trading, not much good trading anyway at all. So we're coming back, hit the open just now. So this is not a strong up and out market action at all. So probably come back and test some previous levels. I don't have my composite 20-day on here. Let me put it on and we'll see where the composite indicators for point of control and our composite VWAP end up. And as you see, our composite point of control is way down here at 1906. But we do have, VWAP way down there, 1877. So that did not come up at all. That's not good. So I wonder if that's going to be an omen for the week. We need to have the VWAP come up to meet the point of control. So where is my 20-day value low? Whoa, way down here. Okay. Here's a low volume node at 1865. So it looks like this market may be coming back down. I would say a good possibility would be right here between 1909 and 1906. We'll see. So it just all depends on what the data releases come out for the rest of the week. We've got a week full of data. So, but starting off, it doesn't look as good as the Globex initially led us to believe we might see market action. It fizzled. So keep an eye on the markets. Be careful. If you would like to get a Bloodhound template so that you can get some help looking at these markets, just let me know. I'll be glad to work with you and get you set up. Here was the index futures today. As you can see, it just went sideways, and the filter, really not much there. Not much going. So not much we can do if the market falls back down. We've got some low composite points of control in VWAP, so that might attract price to it. We'll just have to play it careful and see if we can either get price rallying and VWAP rising, or price coming back to meet it is probably most likely what's going to happen. So take care. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good evening.